Hello, welcome to the British Bookworm. Follow me on a journey towards 1000 books of personal education and discovery as I review each book, where I'll be talking about my thoughts, what my thoughts were, and my biggest takeaways. On this book review, I'm back with another combat book, specifically on boxing by one of my favourite authors, Mark Hatmaker. Boxing, like the champs, lessons from the greatest fighters. This is one of two of this little mini-series he did. Quoting Mark Hatmaker, brains and fists working together as one solid unit, solid team. That's what this book is all about. What a book. Another Mark Hatmaker classic. A super quick read with a ton of real tips and techniques that work. With 21 short chapters that individually feature one of the greats of boxing. Taking a lesson or three from each great of boxing with the hope that the reader can take some of that magic into their fight game. Mark Hatmaker loves boxing. You can tell with his work that he loves the classics and has studied hard on boxing history. He admits he's boxing eccentric. When linked with his other books, especially his other boxing book, we have a great foundation of knowledge to work on for years in our own personal game. One of the problems with reading about anything, but particularly fighting, is if it's written in a certain way, that's quality. You can come away with overconfidence as if you too can now enact the pain from quality skills, which just aren't there. It's a negative only in the sense of self-make-belief. That's the thing with Mark Hatmaker, because his books get so clearly to the point that it makes you think you can pull off the same quality science as the greats. Obviously, if you come away with that mentality, then that is your fault, not Mark's. But be warned, I think those who read Mark's books may think it's easy. Maybe any books or tutorials that show techniques can cause this, but be warned, in fighting it's not something you can get away with. Clarity and directness is the hallmark of Mark Hatmaker. His books are that good. But each chapter has tips that needs hours of work. Some can be learnt quickly, while others will take huge amounts of time. That is something you must remember when reading this book. From the legend of Jack Dempsey and how to make a fist and correct punching surface, to Sonny Lister's hammer hook, from Floyd Patterson's roll work to Mike Gibson's reconnaissance tactics, there is something for everyone in here. Some great workout ideas for conditioning for a fight, to subtle lessons to others far from subtle. Another thing to realise is we are looking at individual nuances within each fighter's repertoire. That is their signature movements that they have developed over years of boxing. So that's the catch with this book. While it highlights core ideas for the ring and tactics, you have to realise also that you ain't going to master all these movements yourself, unless you train individually until perfected, which is very unlikely. It's probably worth remembering that the greats featured worked tirelessly for decades to develop their little quirks featured in each chapter. I should stress that Mark Hatmaker doesn't make that a claim or goal for the reader. Rather, take what you can that fits in with your character and potential and drill and spar. Mark introduces various training strategies through all his books. He's a realist and certainly isn't making the claim we can read his book and even with training learn all included. It's just not possible. It's not humanly possible. But it's a classic study of the greats of boxing. Some techniques may be easy to pick up, whereas others just wouldn't work for us because we are heavier, less fit, less skilled, etc. What this book allows is a serious, fun study of fight techniques, training methods and strategy. Mark must have spent years watching old clips to have such a finesse study of all the boxing greats. It's really a pleasure to read. I personally have read this book now, I think 4 times, probably more. I don't read crap books twice. One of the things I love about Mark Hatmaker is how quick his books are to read, and yet they are full of life-changing methods, techniques, ideas. They are full of tips, tricks and techniques that work, that in many cases could be quick to pick up if you have experience in the game. They are always quality. I have been reading and watching Mark now for over 20 years, and I've never been disappointed. This book gets a 3 out of 5. I wish it had a little more in it, just a little more, and it would have got a 4. Now, nobody can say how long a set technique is going to take to master, to be able to pull off in the ring, but it takes a lot of time, a lot more than most of us want to believe or are willing to train and put in the time. Most of us in the fight community have heard 6,000 reps, Kung Fu that comes from, or 10,000 reps even, only if it was that simple. I personally have techniques I've probably been getting into the hundreds of thousands of reps over the years. So take it from me, there is more to each technique than just repetition. Timing equals sparring, coordination equals sparring, movement equals sparring, rhythm equals sparring, emotional discipline equals sparring, conditioning equals sparring. The point is, know the limits of what Bruce Lee called dry drills against full water swimming of various sparring strategy. Most things come and go. So just because you have hit the magic 10,000 reps, don't think it's there 1 year later after backing off or stopping. It just ain't. The nervous system needs constant stimulation for a good response, no matter how good you once say you were or your glory days. Can't actually do it, and if you can't actually do it now, then you can't do it. Period. All in all, it's just another Mark Hatmaker classic. Absolutely fab. If you love boxing, then I definitely would recommend this. What are your thoughts? Who is your favourite fighter in all of history? Is it even possible to pick one? Personally, I don't think anybody can have just one fighter if you're a lover of combat sports. Anyway, give me a like and sub for similar videos. Thanks for your time, your most precious gift to me today. Peace and love until next time. Be the very, very best you can be. And get out there, read a book and learn more about life so you can become more than what you are right now. See you later.